Gold traded in a no trade zone and largely traded with a modest bullish bias. It has come close to 1990 levels but failed to break past. In the Asia and Europe session, I have suggested that if you see it is staying above 89.91 zone, we can take a buying position. So far, it appears to be a greater resistance, while crude oil too has reversed from 72.2 levels and has again come down to 71. Now, what to expect from gold and crude oil with the US session? The CPI data coming in from US definitely will bring volatility in gold prices, and how we can profit trading gold, we will see with the help of charts and indicators. This is the second update for the day. Those who are new to the channel must subscribe to the channel to get the latest updates. Let's start first to look into our. Now look at the movement of the gold drop here, and since then it is trading with higher lows, higher highs, trying to retrace a 1994-95 levels appears to be achievable. This zone should be the first target zone, and beyond that, so one can buy again at 91. Beyond that, 95-96 levels to be the first target levels. 2000-2002 should be the next, and if it stays above 2002, possibly we might see it going closer to 2010. Breaking beyond 2010 is where the bulls will be seen. Else, one must notice after the drop, this is a retracement. Look at the angle here. The angle here and here are moderate. Look at this. The gradient here itself is different. So one has to wait for it to break past this zone and then this zone in order to confirm a reversal. Right now it is looking upwards, and once it stays above 1990, certainly to 1995, 96 to be achieved, in 2000, 2002 can be seen. Also, the prices are divergent here from the moving average. It is converged. It can largely converge towards the 50 period moving average as well. Possibilities there. Stochastic rising, MACD is divergent, MACD is bullish, looking upwards. RSI is also looking upwards here. Coming to 2 hour, look at 2 hour charts here. See, prices still are divergent from the 20 period, which is right now sitting at around 93 levels. And yes, it is trying to hit these levels for once. At least if not 1990-91 zone, the median of the Bollinger Bands it is trying to achieve. And from those levels is where little bullishness can be expected. Moving averages are trading with divergence and trading bearish. Another point to note here is, see, prices are, first of all, this channel is breached. It was trading in this bearish channel. Now it is trying to climb a little. How high it can climb, I will look forward to this zone. Somewhere here it can try to strike. There is a probability, stronger probability to it. Now if you look at the stochastic, this is rising. The MACD has crossed over at bottom, trying to trade with divergence. And if you look at the waves, this is the first wave, this is the second wave which is initiated, and at lower levels, see, the drop was from plus 10, it has come to minus 10, it is reversing. RSI coming out of the oversold levels, coming to 3 hour. Likewise on the 3 hour chart, see, it is coming out of this bearish channel. Now it is staying bullish, higher lows are consistently observed. Just wait for it to break past 1990-91 zone. Certainly we can look forward to higher levels here, and it can try to go closer towards 2000-2002 levels, and beyond that more bullishness may prevail. Stochastic rising, MACD has crossed over at bottom, and this is the first greener candle after this crossover. One must observe the gradient here, rise, retracement, drop, retracement, drop, and it is retracing again. So possibility of a little rise from the current levels cannot be denied. RSI coming out of the oversold levels here. Coming to the 4 hour, likewise on the 4 hour charts here, this is, see, first of all, preceding 3 candles and the last candle comes with a bigger tail and a smaller body, and this candle started with a tail and lower highs were seen with the preceding candle. This suggests that this candle might give a breakout here. We have to wait for 1990-91 zone to be breached. Beyond that, certainly we can expect it to move towards 94-96. See, again, look at the divergence of the price from the moving average. Right now the 20 period moving average sitting at around 2000 levels, which is certainly a greater resistance zone, and beyond that it can try to retrace a little on the upside further. How far we can see this retracing? Now see, this is the larger zone, and the possibility for it to get the greater resistance at around 2020 levels will be very, very high. Now if you look at the stochastic, this is rising. MACD is trying to converge. It is not yet crossed over, it is just trying to converge, and the previous crossover and sell has come from a higher levels, and this has come to the minus 10 and below levels here. So possibility of a little retracement exists. RSI sitting at the bottom. Coming to the daily chart. Now, before we look into the daily charts and I give you the trading levels and strategy, if you want to learn this art of trading, you can join my 28th mentorship batch. The dates are announced. Register yourself now itself. Equip yourself with the tools, techniques, and strategies which can help you identify profitable trades and help you trade profitably. Reach out to me for more details. My Telegram and email IDs are mentioned in the channel and video description. Also, you can visit my platform www.forexfunda.com for more details related to the services. And yes, this platform has much more the economic calendar, the live charts, the scheduler call availability. At the same time, the most important thing is we have started a weekly webinar series where you can join our webinar every Sunday. And this webinar, we share the strategies on how to profit trading various instruments, including indices, commodities, and dollar as well. Also, I take up your questions live there. And yes, with this monthly webinar series, you also get couple of consultation calls with me, one-on-one. You can consult with me. So do register for the webinar series. All the details are there in the channel description. Also in the communities tab, I have shared the offer in the my platform www.forexfunda.com. You'll get the details. Else you can join my free Telegram channel where you get the details. Now on the daily chart, see, the question here I am having is, see, the day has started almost flat and it has also got a little tail here. This suggests that possibility of a rise from the current levels. But looking at the preceding candle was a larger bearish candle. And if it breaks below first 1980 levels and then 1975 levels, if these two levels are taken, do not think of buying gold. We can look forward to 1965, 67 zone as the first target, and below that further bearishness. So as we discussed here earlier in the day today, that below 1980 we can initiate a selling position. The first resistance zone is at around 1972.5, 1975, and the next is directly towards 65 and 67. Below 65, 67, the strongest support level will come into picture at 1960 and 1954. Remember, the data today can bring the volatility. Right now it looks to trade bullish, but only buying entry I will recommend once it stays above 89.91 zone. Yes, you can buy here at 89.91 zone. Expect it to move towards 94, 96, then 2000, 2002, and if it stays beyond 2010 is the position beyond which you can say more bullishness will be seen. Take your trades accordingly. Look at also the stochastic is oversold, so this calls for a pullback. But right now, the MACD is the most important part, which is looking downwards right now and trading with divergence. RSI is also dropped. It has come out of the overbought zone. Thus, take your positions accordingly. Buy at around 89.91 zone and sell at 1980. On the upside, be careful. As long as 2010 is respected, you have to keep shifting your stop losses manually or keep a trailing stop loss. Else, it can reverse any point of time, and thus to avoid the swings you have to put the trailing stop loss or at least manually shift the stop loss to your entry price. On the downside, likewise, selling at 1980 is there. Take your trades accordingly, but be careful at around 1972.5, 1975 zone. As long as this zone is respected, possibility of a bounce back will be there. Now let's have a look at crude. See, crude oil again reversing from 82 levels here, 82, 82.2 zone, which we discussed as the greater resistance zone, and still it is providing higher lows and higher highs. So it is still not to be treated bearish. As long as now 71 and then 70.5 levels are not taken, we are not going to treat oil as bearish. The possibility of a reversal still exists, but right now it is looking downwards. Right now, the possibility of it breaking on the downside still is very, very high. Stochastic has dropped to oversold levels. MACD has crossed over, trading with divergence and bearishness. RSI is also looking downwards, trying to suggest little bearishness. Coming to 2 hour, likewise on the 2-hour charts, rise, retracement, again coming back to this zone. It is still yielding slightly higher highs and slightly higher lows, suggests that on the downside, as long as 70.4 levels are not taken, we are not going to treat oil as bearish. Yes, below 70.4 is where the bears will take over. Stochastic looking down. MACD has crossed over here on the 2-hour charts, first red candle, and thus we have to observe how it behaves with the second red candle. It can try to pull the prices further down from the current levels. RSI looking downwards. Coming to 3-hour chart, likewise on the 3-hour charts, drop, retracement, drop again, higher lows, higher highs, slightly higher highs and slightly higher lows. Thus, as long as 70.4, 70.6 levels are respected, the possibility of a bounce back is there. However, if you notice this, after the drop, this is the retracement zone, and if it gives a breakout, it is going to be a stronger one. Be watchful at around 70.5 and 70 levels. Stochastic looking down, MACD trying to converge, crossover for a sell, RSI looking down. Coming to 4-hour. Likewise on the 4-hour charts, rise, retracement, yes, higher lows, higher highs. We have to just wait for it to drop below 70.4, 70.6 zone. Yes, at 71 also you can take a sell entry, but then be careful with the sell entries at 71 because 70.8, 70.6, 70.4, three very nearby support levels exist for crude oil. It is only to be treated bearish below 70.4 levels. The safer, if you want to trade safely, you have to wait for 74.4 levels to be breached now. And below 70.4, it's 70 and 69 level, 69.6 levels will come into picture. Below that, a crash to be expected. Stochastic looking down, MACD is trying to converge, crossover for a sell. RSI is looking down. Coming to the daily. Now look at the daily charts, the drop there, the retracement. But interestingly, the preceding candle comes with a bigger tail and a flat top, suggests that this candle can also reverse. Thus, if you see it is staying above 72, 72.2 zone, you can buy and expect 72.6, 73s, and then in fact we can see it moving towards 74 levels as well. It is to be treated bullish if you see it is staying above 74. Else, now see what has happened. It has formed a flat top and it is trying to drop. Thus, once you see it is staying below 71, we can again sell, but then be careful at around, see, every 20 cents trailing stop loss as long as 70.4 is there. Below that, we can see a further drop towards 70 and below levels. Yes, on the daily charts, it is reflective of the same levels. Stochastic rising, MACD is at bottom. It is trying to converge, crossover for a buying position. Yes, we have seen the double bottom. It can reverse from the current levels. RSI is at bottom as well. Considering this, I will recommend you to buy here at 71.6. Expect 72, 72.2 as the first resistance zone, and then beyond 72.2, we can look forward to 72.6 as the next resistance. And if it stays above 72.56, yes, you can expect 73.2, 74 levels as the next targets. Take your positions accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Join my mentorship batch and Signals channel. Reach out to me for any of your trading or training queries. Join my webinar series. Join my Signals channel. Visit the platform www.forexfunda.com or be a part of my free Telegram channel for more live updates. Thank you very much. Have a great profitable trading day ahead. Thank you. See you again with the Asia and Europe session update tomorrow.